more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta bring them more fire, more fire. Hoping he come with more fire, more fire. I ain't get no sleep cause of y'all. I promise you that y'all won't get no sleep cause of me. When a nigga lick his plate, that's when dogs eat. Find me with my lost sheep, setting fire to the streets as I speak. For whatever man's soul shall be reap. And my people will soul like some fucking raw meat. What you thought that I would let that slide? But you owe me. And I want your ass to change, crack a get below me. Same to the Arabs, the Africans, Chinese, and Jewish man. Not cause of your skin, but you played a hand in my demise. Got rich off our lives, we fill the world with lies. You preyed on the feeble minds, now you gotta pay the price. And you gon' pay with your life, because your forefathers gone. Make amends with your sins, it's gon' get worse if you don't. Woe to the wicked who think that this shit is all just a joke. Pray for my bruise up in Cali, cause it's up in smoke. Stole our identity, then you kept it all hidden. We didn't discern the way you was dealing with us so differently. Didn't we have identity? Damn it, that's just a memory. But now we bout to double the ante through our defendants. And too many days, I'm on the move, trying to save y'all. Wake up to the news, it's a blaze. Wishing death to fake Jews like I'm Adolf. And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I ain't fighting, give them more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire. More fire, all praise to the most higher. In the name of the most Messiah, speak the truth, I ain't no liar. I can tell you I'm on fire, sweet words that I don't like. It's 2 minutes, hit it better, but you like mentor, I'm on fire. I know, I sound like I'm losing it. I play to win, I'm nothing like these losing kids that rap about gangsta shit. They know they never did. I keep it real, more authentic than average. I grew up with savages, been around the green where the cabbage is, but I never met a real nigga that's legit. Cause a real nigga tell it how it really is. The hero.
Drive or not playing tricks on you. NASA confirming at least 65 fireballs were seen across cool skies just after.
Fire. Whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga, straight out of one West, no contest, we the best of the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress, going through the test, no access, cause you oppressed slaves, niggas is dying off in waves, living in dirt, now it's a grave, niggas crosswalk through the crosswalk, on the white chalk, over the bodies of roads that you paid, Americans killing us, saying they fear us with the drugs in the hood, now my niggas delirious with a gun in my face, all because of my race, click, boom, flash, for some skills, some murder my ass, like a cheat to the slaughter, I'm beating harder and harder, baptized with these words, never dipping in water, so now we pray to the Father, give strength to the fatherless, looking for the marauder, this fucking taking our daughters, nigga, it's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light on that ass, yeah, go time. Keep it moved up, shut up, we get your ass up, cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave, reaping what you sowed, meaning giving back what you gave for what things like you try to imitate. You was always fake America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, to America. Whoa, to America. Whoa, to America. Whoa, to America.
Turn on the timeline, giving the run to expose the intricacies of these five. People popping like shit. Get what it is, pastime, so in a minute, I'm gonna pass out. I hope you get it, deep when you can crash fine. Kinda simple if you feel it, catch your last line, but it will confuse a bad mind. A damn shame, that's the exact thing, I'll get your ass fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then a nigga fly, hope you got all alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Devil is high, see him from the parking lot, nigga finna fall out. Devil's finna fall out, all out warfare, nightmares in the big house. They murdered us for years, and thinking shit won't turn around. I never learned from this motherfucker burns down. Yeah, in the streets, told him the rich, all of you angels bring hope to this beast. You rule for a time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my father, bring hope to this beast. Remember them times we hung on the trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them shit, they brought us fleets. Fuck they Apollo, bring them to heat. Whoa, to America. Whoa, to America. Whoa, Whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this environment. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth.
All right, Shalom is real. Y'all know what it is. We in this bitch. We back. I keep saying we back. Where in the hell is the truth going? Nowhere.
Right.
Where is the ISUPK going? Nowhere. You understand? Upon the Commander General Yohana, we heard. You understand? And in a minute, we're gonna get rid of everything, all lies, all the churches. You understand? Now we're gonna keep the buildings. You understand? We're gonna keep the buildings, but we're gonna house the homeless, and we're gonna do what the preachers don't do.
Right.
You understand? And speaking of the damn homeless, man, good goddamn night. That was a terrible sight. You understand? To see yesterday as we went out to feed the homeless downtown. What is it? The St. Patrick's Center. At the St. Patrick's Center, oh my God, the tents. Man, when you look at some of the pictures, the close-ups, man, it's blood. You see how they all fighting out all the time, man? It was blood on one of the tents. You understand? Oh my God, man, trash everywhere. I mean, it's terrible. And the white man, he is such a devil. He is extremely evil, man. Got more money than the law allowed, and won't even at least put them people in a decent building.
Right.
He got what you said the other day, Kamal. You said he got more homeless people more vacant buildings than he got homeless people.
God.
And it's real simple. He can open up one of these buildings. They shut down, what's it, about 30, 40 schools in the city?
God.
Them huge schools. And guess what? Them people can live in that building.
Go
ahead, bro.
They only do that when they try to gentrify the area, and they make apartments out of that for Edomites.
John,
that's what they started to do. They started to shut down our schools. Drive down the value in our neighborhoods, and then build them apartments.
Right, absolutely. They showed doing that. Making condos and lofts. You understand, everywhere for them. You feel me? But us, we get the streets. And then they turn around and move us off the street. And if I'm mistaken, St. Patrick, that's private property right there, right? I think that's why they fenced it off. You understand? So that they can have a place to sleep. Because they ran them off around the corner.
Right.
I don't know if the people out there, I know the people out there that's watching, they have been trying to maneuver them for years. They have been, if you remember, Cabal, when they first started their reconstruction downtown, and they fence, and they do this in every area. It is ridiculous. They turned around the parks right there at what is it? Talking. Oh, what they call it? Damn, they had a name for Tent City. Tent City 1 and Tent City 2. You understand? And they had, when they redid that, they fenced it off. Put fences on them so they couldn't get in there and sleep on the ground. You understand? So they ran them off from Reverend Rice. Reverend Rice had closed, and they couldn't be in there no more. So they ran them from over there in that little park over there. They made a dog park out of that. Where they was sleeping there, right across from the library on 14th and not Cash. 14th and so I can't remember what the library is. But they were sleeping all around that little area right there. The cathedral right behind.
Right.
The bank. You know what I'm saying? What's that, US Bank? They would even sleep right there. and the park. They turned around, pushed them out of the park, and turned it into a dog park. Now you got white people walking their dogs where the homeless used to sleep at.
Right.
So then they moved from there to over to the other park. Then once they got tired of them, they said, okay, we'll redo this. You know, that's an evil bastard, man. To turn around and spend money just to get you out of the area.
Okay.
Just to turn around, you know what? We're going to put some grass down here, put a statue right here, do this, do that, and then put some meters, some parking, you know what I'm saying? Some parking spaces, some stripes on the concrete, and then we're going to lock you out of it.
Right. Okay.
Then they turned around and started locking them up when they did that. Remember that?
Okay.
And it was several of them that ended up dying in the hold in the cell. And they didn't even talk about that. They didn't even bring that out about how several brothers and sisters, once they got locked up from being in the park, you know, getting pushed out the park, they ended up dead in the hold. You know. So I mean, he is. If you're looking for somebody under the ground, you're wasting your time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you are wasting your time looking for somebody under the ground to mistreat you. You're wasting your time looking under the ground, or shall I say, waiting to go under the ground, because you know that's what the Christians teach in church.
Right.
You be good, or you be bad. You be good, you go to heaven. You get on the elevator, push 12, and ding. You know what I'm saying? You get to go up, or you turn around and go down, and you're gonna meet the devil.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
I just went back to where you talking about 14th and Locust.
Uh,
It's called Lucas Dog Park.
it kind
Members only.
yeah,
You have to have a membership
yeah.
to the dog park.
Yeah, you gotta live in one of them lofts.
Okay.
You understand? And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and that's what they're doing. That's what they are doing, man. They pushing you out. I mean, like I said, won't even open up a building, turn on the heat and the air, and just let you have somewhere to sleep.
Right.
That's it. That's it. You know, a person would appreciate that little bit. They'll go out and hustle, you understand, and get some food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They'll eat. They come here to eat all week.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? All month if they came here. Their food would be no problem. But you turn around and, like I said, won't even open up a door and let them sleep in the building. Turn around and knock them out the park. Redo it, took all the slides and all that, you know what I'm saying, that they were sleeping under. They made it a nice little dog park.
Okay.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Then turn around just last year during the pandemic, turned around and told them first that they have to get out of the park because it wasn't safe. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? I mean, I don't know if Esau has a brain. Is he what character was that? If I only had a brain,
Salaki, that's
was it Tin Man in the the Wiz?
Tim was
Who the lion?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. Okay,
Scarecrow.
The white man has to be the scarecrow. If I only had a brain, do he not see these people sleeping on the ground? Don't you think if they had somewhere to go, they would be there?
Right.
Who in the hell wants to sleep outside in the elements, in the damn heat, in the damn cold? They take the chance of dying all year long. Take a chance of dying all year long.
Okay.
The heat will kill you, and the damn cold will kill you.
Right.
So don't you think, if you only had a brain, Mr. White Man, that if these people had somewhere to go, they would go there?
Right.
I mean, come on now. He told them that they had so much time, so many days to get off the street. And they came right behind them and kicked them out of the park, kicked them off the ground.
Okay.
Now that's a dirty, dirty bastard, man. He is extremely evil. To turn around and, like what we say in the hood, kick somebody when they down, they actually all the way down.
Right.
They on the ground. I saw the video, man. It was heartbreaking to watch him take these people's beds and their homes. They made boxes and sleeping bags and tents. They home. They made it home.
Okay.
They made that home. The holes that was in the ground from the people sitting there sleeping there all the years was terrible. It was heartbreaking, man. And then he came by with a dump truck, had a city dump truck, and had the people, had the workers taking the tents, taking these people's homes. They only had everything, and the only thing that they own in the world, taking it, throwing it in the trash. Go ahead, Juan.
So like it, but like you know how all right, so when you trying to get somebody to commit an atrocity, right? For normal people, you gotta walk them into it, right? They just don't go to automatically showing they a monster, right? So you start getting people used to doing that. So they started having the police doing that, right? And keeping these homeless people out, fencing them up, fencing off where they sleeping and everything. And the more they get used to that, the easier it's gonna make it for the next part. Not the next part of stuff, where they getting ready to evict all these people. And guess who's gonna be doing it? The same people that are taking them homeless people out.
Yeah.
It's hard to throw families on the street, but if you are ready to destroy some homes, it makes it a little easier to throw these families out on the street. Right? It's walking you into these atrocious things. Like you are, like you said in the article that we read last week, 8,300 families in one city are about to be evicted. Like, for you to be a human being and be able to do that, like it's something got to be off in your head. Like you had to be conditioned to a point where you think that that's okay in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's terrible. Almost 10,000, like you said, families, not just 8,300 people.
Right.
Families. So it's way over in damn tens, maybe 20,000.
Oh,
people. Easy. For real. You understand? With all of the kids, you understand that our people have, and like you said, something has to be totally wrong with you in order for you to do that to someone. To where, and then it's not like they just said, I'm just gonna be delinquent. I'm not paying shit. I ain't paying no rent. Fuck you. Kiss my ass. Take it off my check. You know what I'm saying? They ain't do that.
No.
They lost their job because of the pandemic. Something that nobody has control over. But the Most High. You understand? And we're going to read an article where we're going to show you that America does not have control over this. This is the Lord.
Yeah, right.
You understand? This is the Lord doing this. America is crying right now because he doesn't have control over it. But for you to turn around and take and evict, like you said, that's one city.
And
then you notice this, it's our people.
Right.
And you got to, what else do we have to show you and put in your face in order to make you wake up and snap out? You understand? If that right there don't ring a bell and don't say something, say, wait a minute, something's got to be wrong with this guy. So who is this guy for real? It should make you want to go and research who the white man truly is. After seeing just how they did the homeless, just this situation right here. Let's just start with that. A lot of people, what Steve Harvey say? Don't talk about slavery. No, let's not talk about slavery for just 1 second. Let's follow Steve Harvey, and let's not talk about slavery. Let's talk about recent. You understand?
Right.
Let's talk about recent then, and let's see now when we compare from what's going on today and what was happening in slavery. See if has anything changed. It's the same oppression. It's just done in different ways.
Right.
It's the same oppression. You just turn around and got a little more casual with it. A little less brutal with it.
Right.
Because instead of the whips and the chains, just walk up to you and blow your brains out. You understand? You do it now as a cop and say, hey, freeze. You understand? And then blow your brains out. And then say, oh, I'm scared for my life. Oh, he had a gun. He was running. He looked back at me, and I thought he was going to shoot with his eyes. You understand? Didn't have a gun. Firing up the person didn't have a gun, so I guess he was going to shoot with his eyes. You understand? I guess that's what he was gonna do. With no pistol. You scared. You trained. Like, come on, man. Commander Junior Hunter trains us in here. What are we scared of? I'll be a whole man. Look, I'll be ashamed of my damn self to turn around and report to Commander Junior Hunter I was scared for my life. Come on, man. And they use that every single time, man.
Okay.
They use everything. They claim to be scared of the homeless. You understand? They scared of them too. When them people don't do nothing but beg for money, for food, to feed themselves, man, that's it. What the hell you scared of them for?
Right.
Why you so scared of them? I mean, he's scared of every damn body. Murdering every damn brother and sister that he feel like, but he's so scared.
Down with that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. The white man is the devil.
Damn right.
You're going to have to wake up one day and realize this, man, that this guy is off. He's not dealing, what was that back in the day? You remember that? Dealing with a full deck? You remember that? What is it? A couple screws is loose?
Damn right.
You understand? His elevator don't go all the way up to the top. No. His elevator does not go all the way to the top. He is not the smartest guy at all. But he is a murderer. And he takes pleasure in doing that. He has no problem with oppressing the poor. That's in the Bible too. Give me that out. Give me the scriptures, man. Is that in the Apocrypha? Which one I want? About oppressing the poor. I think it's in Wisdom of Solomon.
I believe so.
Yeah, give me that, William. I mean, man, when it comes to the people that has been oppressing us, we should be already packed. You know how when you was a kid, mama said your daddy coming to get you. You understand? The kids would be ready when they are. They'll be jumped in the tub, they brush their little teeth. They'll be the eight. They waiting on they sit. They got their toys. They got their bag. They got everything ready. They ready to go. They there. You understand? That's how ready you should be to get away from these people. I ain't saying you got to pack up and move to Africa. That's not what we saying either. Okay, you don't have to pack up and go nowhere, but you can pack up and you can come together with your people in the ISUPK.
Right.
That you can do. You understand? But you should be that ready and that prepared to where you turn around and you ready to get away from this monster, man. You understand? Like this guy has been nothing but cruel to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians since we've been here. They're not evicting anyone in Clayton. I'm sure they lost some of their jobs too. They're not in Kirkwood doing evictions.
Right.
You understand? It's in the city where we live at. And it's us. That's who he's evicting. That's why they kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna release this back in what was it, December? We're gonna take the whole off." No, we can't wait. We finna start it. And they had the articles that we read. When did we read that article? In October? When they was gonna start that anyway? When the group, what's the name of the group? The organization that the housing God damn, what's the name of it?
Not HUD.
No, it ain't HUD. It's like an organization that help you with your rent, stuff like that. Damn, I can't think of the name of it, but they had already said. You said it the other day.
I know.
Yeah, you said it the other day. I can't remember. Damn, I forgot the name of it, but they had said back in October that if they do this, if they do start evicting, it's gonna be terrible.
Okay.
And then look at the numbers now. Like you said, 8,300 families, not just people. That's still huge, even if it was 8,300 people. But it's more than that.
Right.
Because it's the total family. You got families involved. You got children involved. You got husbands and wives and things. You understand? And even you got some family that have to live with their family members. You know what I'm saying? Cousins and aunts and mothers and fathers that go.
That's a lot here. This is just St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like that's about what 25,000 people in St. Louis. It's just the city of St. Louis. This in St. Louis. Okay, so St. Louis when you actually look at it, it's really St. Louis City and St. Louis County. But these numbers is just St. Louis City. Now, when you start looking at cities like Chicago, New York, LA, like the eviction rates there are going to be ridiculous. Like, yeah, God, we was reading an article and that it said that it was we were on the brink of another pandemic. It was going to be a homeless pandemic. Like it's.
And matter of fact, while you're there for a second, after you read this, I'm gonna have you find another article about the other pandemic that's coming. This damn unemployment.
Okay.
That one too.
All right, you want the article?
No,
that's like it did.
Give me the scripture. Yeah, read that scripture real quick, and then find that article for me.
Okay. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man.
Who?
The poor, righteous man.
See, no one else sits back. This is how you know. Okay, a lot of people want to say, they ask us, why you say the white man is the devil? You understand? And when they're thinking that we're just saying this because of how they look and things of that nature, stuff like that. We don't go off of their skin color. We don't go off how they look, any of that. It's all about their characteristics. And this man's characteristics is all throughout the Bible, front to back, being the devil, meaning being the deceiver, the liar. You understand? And he most certainly is the devil. He lies about everything. He lies about everything. He's lied and said he did not have no money to give you a raise to where you'd be able to comfortably take care of yourself. Just a little bit better than what you are, what you are struggling to do now. And then when the pandemic hit, now all of this money, stimulus won't stop.
Right.
Checks coming, but then you can't pay. You can only give a person a minimum wage. You raised it. It took 20. How many years was that? 22, 3, 4 years to go from $5.25 to $7.
I apologize. That's about right.
Huh?
That's about right. Okay.
It took almost 25 years to go up to almost $2, $1.75. Now just think about all the money he was getting, paying people $5.25. I remember getting paid $5.25, and I'm young. I'm I'm young. You understand? I'm a young tender up in here. And I remember getting paid $5.25, but it took, I'm telling you, 20 some years, almost 25 years to go up almost $2. Just a short $2. Like, come on. And then the price, the cost of living go up every year.
Right, God.
But the pay stay the same. Like, come on. It still ain't even over $10 yet. Minimum wage is not even over $10 yet. And this is how many years later? Just damn 40 years later.
God.
After the 20, it just went up a short $2. And then here we go another 20, and it's still even not past $10 an hour. Minimum wage is not even $10 an hour.
God.
And when you look it up, the white man said himself that minimum wage is supposed to be $20 an hour.
God.
It's supposed to be $20 an hour.
Okay.
And then you paying people less than half of that.
Right.
You giving them 9, what is it, 9 something, 9 and a quarter now?
I think that might
be. Yeah, 9 and a quarter. I think that minimum wage is 9 and a quarter, 8.75, 9 and a quarter, somewhere up in there. It's still $8.50 in some areas. I seen $8.50. I used to have a list. I had a list of what unemployment was in every city. I mean, not unemployment, so it's like minimum wage. Yeah, that's terrible. And then turn around and bargain with our brothers and sisters that's on drugs and say, hey, if you push this weed bill, we'll go up to $15 an hour. And it ain't went up to $15 an hour yet. You turn around and that's why that's something else. Besides, I know I'm going on and on and bringing up other things. But that's one reason why our people should not do drugs. You do not make the best decisions high on weed. You don't. You're not even a good thinker to begin with. Let alone you're high on drugs and then you think you understand. You can't even think your way out of the Christian church. You've been stuck in it. that rat trap for I don't know how long. But then you think you can outsmart the white man. You think you're gonna go and push one of his bills. You understand?
Right.
You're gonna push one of his, and then you think you're gonna make a way. Oh my God! You just hurt yourself even more. Pushing the drugs so that you can get high. How about you get off of the drugs? Do that. Push a bill to get off the drugs. How about pushing this bill that we got in the truth and up under Command Junior Highness about? How about we do no drugs? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians get off every single drug. Let's push that. They're like challenges on TikTok and Facebook and all that. Let's challenge that.
Right.
I challenge you to get off the goddamn crack. Crack is whack. You know what Whitney said?
God.
I challenge you to get off the weed. Weed is whack too. I challenge you to get off the damn drugs and to get in here and start getting your mind right. Start clearing your head so you can think. So you'll be able to see that these things that the white man has come up with is to destroy yourself. Right. It's not to make you better. It's not, I'm really going to smoke weed now that the white man passed. And I'm really going to get high now. Well, you can't even own a gun. So if you had to defend yourself, I just don't understand that. You understand? I don't understand being defenseless. I don't understand that. No. But you're going to be high, but you're going to be defenseless. You can sit and smoke all the weed you want. Well, technically not yet because it's not legal everywhere to smoke. You understand? Okay. They think it's legal because they got weed cards for you in dispensaries everywhere. You understand? Right. And they only give you the things because they know you're a junkie and they know you're finna help them make all of the goddamn trillions of dollars that they've estimated that they're going to make in the next 5 years. What's that number? What did they say they was going to make? How many trillions of dollars, billions of dollars they say they're going to make in just 5 years by 2025? Look that up for me. Oh, by 2025, they estimate, I ain't talking about what Pookie gonna get on the corner for selling the weed, or your cousin that you know they got the weed. You understand? We ain't talking about them. We talking about the white man that's got all these dispensaries popping up everywhere. That one in Cahokia made how many millions of dollars in a few months? 25? I think it was like 25, 23? Yeah, 23 million. I mean, that right there would make me want to get off weed. Because if I contribute to them making $23 million in just a few months, what in the world could we do for ourselves? We could turn around and have a whole lot for ourselves, Kamal. If we would stop investing in drugs and start investing in ourselves. And we could do so much with $23 million, but we gave it to the dope man. Stupid. The dumbest thing we could have ever done. Yep. Let's see. Did you find it? Oh, and did you see that commercial? He got a commercial about like a mega dispensary.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, I gotta find it. I gotta find it and send it to you. Oh my God, it's like a mall. It's like a mall, just a mall of weed. Just go in there, big, gigantic mall, with a damn they sell shirts and hats. And, oh my God, you can get everything about a keychain.
So it says California took in more than $1 billion in tax revenue for recreational marijuana in 2020 alone.
Damn, how many billions?
Over $1 billion of tax.
Billions. That's just the taxes.
Okay.
That's just the taxes. That wasn't the sale of the weed.
Okay. It says
that was just the taxes from the sales.
Okay.
Good goddamn! Not $1 billion in taxes. You don't think this devil know what he doing? You understand?
Right.
But instead of locking you up and making it a crime, hey, we'll make it recreational. We'll let them say, we'll give them a weed card and make a dispensary and say, hey, you know what? His leg hurts. Give him a card. And let them turn around and have them make me $1 billion just in taxes. Just in taxes alone. You got another one?
It says that since 2014, recreational states have made nearly $8 billion in taxes.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the taxes.
Okay.
That's just the taxes.
Okay.
So you know they way up there in the sales.
Oh, no,
Just now that right there is disgusting. To see and hear a number like this on drugs, but then the homeless have to beg for fucking food, man. That makes no sense.
right.
That makes no sense. To where you could turn around and you can make all of your dreams come true when it comes to you being a junkie. But then you won't even take five of them dollars. What the song say? I got five on. You won't even take the five and buy a brother and sister something to eat. Won't even do that. But it's helping the white man make. I don't even want to say nothing. I don't even want to say the number. In just 1 year, they made $1 billion on tax.
In one state.
In one state. One dispensary across the bridge made in just a few months $23 million.
Oh, God.
In just a few months. That right there. And then do you see what Cahokia looks like? Do you see what East St. Louis looks like? Oh, and then let's not forget the article where they came out and said your drug money, your weed money is going to help further education over in East St. Louis. They damn lie. You already know they ain't gonna do nothing but buy about 5 or 10 backpacks. You understand? Put a few pencils in the school and say that they did something. That's all they gotta do. And that's all they're going to do is take and purchase one or two things. They're gonna get the basketball team some new jerseys. They'll get the football team some new helmets or something. They're gonna spend this much money. They're gonna make this much. I know they understand what I just did. You understand? If they don't understand numbers like what you read, you understand this. You understand this. Right. I know you understand that. And that's what this is what your mother and your father being on drugs, being a junkie. You understand? You know how many women sell their body for weed out?
Oh, God.
For weed. We ain't talking about the ones, they love to talk about the ones that do the crack.
Right.
They love to talk about the ones that do the heroin. They love to talk about the ones that do the pills. But do you know how many women are selling their body for a $5 bag of weed? $10 worth of weed, a blunt. Now what they put them in hookahs. And what's some other thing? The pens, they got the weed pens and all that. You got women selling their body. So your mama is out selling her body for you to get a backpack to go to school. Like, that's ridiculous. For you to get some paper and some pencils and some erasers. Your mother's selling her body. No telling what your father's out there doing for some drug. Hell, half of them selling their bodies too. You see how many be on the corners on the corner? It be men on the stroll too. It be men over there selling their tail to get drugs, to buy weed, to buy crack, to buy heroin. And it's disgusting as hell. But what? Come on, look at it on the bright side. Right? Ain't that what the white man like to say? Look at it on the bright side, huh? Hey, we're going to help further your education. We're going to buy you a backpack. That's what we're going to do. And that's I'm willing to bet everything on that. They're going to do a backpack drive. You understand? And that's it. And do you know how much they be getting them backpacks for? They be getting them backpacks filled with the stuff to go in it for like $2. $2 a piece. $2 a piece. He's gonna turn around and buy 50 of them and say he put money into education. You understand? Because the backpack is a part of what your supply list. You gotta have a backpack, put all your stuff in. You gotta have what's some little boxes called? The pencil box. You gotta have a pencil box. You gotta have some Kleenexes instead of blow your nose while you're in class. That's educational material. Kleenexes. That's Kleenexes You understand? A little dollar box that you get from or the little small little package you can get from Dollar Tree. You understand? Those are educational supplies. So he's going to give you some pencil boxes, a pack of pencils, some paper. Uh, what else you gonna need? A couple folders. What else some things come with? A couple of markers, a couple pens.
Okay.
You understand? And then say, hey, I gave toward the education in East St. Louis. But meanwhile, your mothers and your fathers, they're strung out on the drugs.
Right.
They're strung out on drugs. But you, oh my God, you're going to be able to go to school and do your work. Disgusting. Finish that scripture for me out. Did we finish that? I don't want my pass.
Look. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence.
Wait, you start from the top.
Count of the God. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Mm-hmm.
Let us not spare the widow.
So he said he ain't gonna spare the widow. He gonna oppress. And like I said, you have to look at his characteristics. The Bible explains who the devil is,
Right.
and it's not how he looks, but it is according to how he acts and his characteristics. And he has a characteristic of a murderer. You understand? An oppressor. And who oppresses someone, who looks to oppress someone every day? Like, he just wake up with oppressing the poor on his mind every single day.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a lot here. You know, devil, unlike what a lot of people think, isn't a name. It's not a title. It's an action. Right? When you are being a devil, you are deceiving. It's just translated from different languages. That's all. If I say that you're a liar, I'm saying you're a devil. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when we look at who is the biggest, most deceitful people, who exemplifies this action, there is no question who it is. Like, they'll even admit that there's nobody better at what they'll say negotiating or getting a deal than they are.
Right.
Right. That's what it is. You have to be deceitful. Like, they choose presidents who are mostly lawyers, who we know for a fact are professional liars. Right. That's who they choose to be their leader. Is the best liar. Right.
Absolutely.
So of course, when you say that, yeah, no, y'all liars. Y'all are the most deceitful people on the face of the earth. Most of them would take that as a badge of honor.
They do.
Like that. But that's what the devil is. That's what devil means.
Right.
Right. Our people get caught up on that hocus pocus stuff. No, it's not. It's not that.
Right.
We're calling out an action. Right. We're saying this. You are the most deceitful. There is no nation that has ever dealt with you that would ever think that you're honest for any reason.
Yeah.
Right. So, like this, everything you do is devilish. Everything you do is to deceive and to trick. Like you were talking about, working with these people. When you work with them, right, you have to watch everything they do because, trusting them and going off of what they're going to say is going to get you tripped up. Like, of course, it's going to be what they say, the devil's in the details. Of course, they're going to throw a little bit in the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where they're going to deceive you. It's right in the details.
Yep. I'm telling you. And speaking of working with them, I remember I had a conversation with the devil a while back, and we was talking about slavery and how, how it all happened, everything, right?
Yeah,
and I told the white man, I said, white people are not smart at all. I said, you're really not, as far as education-wise, as far as any damn thing, vocational-wise. Like, you can't beat us in anything. You understand? You're just not smart. You don't know how to think. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about just every single thing that I could think of, right? And I said, if it wasn't for you stealing everything you had,
right.
You understand? You wouldn't have anything. I said, so just because you're a thief, I said, that doesn't make you smart. He said, you know what though? He said, we were smart enough to take it all. That's what he said. And like you said, they take it as a badge of honor.
God.
They take that as a badge of honor, and he did. He said, "Hey, yeah, we're done. We stupid. You right, but we were smart enough to take it off." So he
That was
basically,
good.
so who won? You know what I'm saying? He basically saying that, and like you said, a badge of honor to him to say, "Yeah, I robbed you and your people," and you understand?
Kind of God.
And then you know we get something like, "Fuck you gonna do about it?" That's basically what he was saying.
Right.
But what you gonna do? I took it off. Now what? You understand? And that's the attitude that he had.
Kind of
And that's
God.
why the Lord said he's going to have to destroy this guy. You understand? It's in the
Yeah,
Bible.
right.
It's in the Bible. What we're saying, nothing we made up. We don't have our own book. You understand? Any of that. It's in the Bible that preachers love to sing, make songs out of it. You know, they claim to go in here to tell a person to turn to a page, read one, maybe two scriptures if he's feeling good that Sunday. Then he turn around and start singing and dancing to it
Kind of God.
off one or two scriptures. And then you think you know what the hell the Bible means. No, you know what that song he was singing was. That's what you know.
Right.
That's what you know. Not you don't know these scriptures. You don't know these scriptures, and if you want to know, then you're gonna have to come in here so that you can learn.
Damn right.
So that you can learn. It'll save your life. Because one day you're gonna end up running, you're gonna have a run-in with these people. You're gonna have a run-in with them. You don't even know how to deal with them.
Kind of God.
And you can go in there begging and pleading all you want. That'll get you shot real fast.
Right.
That'll get you hurt real quick. In the mind of a criminal, begging and pleading does not save you.
Kind of God.
But you having some strength, showing some courage, that will save you. Courage always will save today. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
But you begging and pleading, ask any murder, ask any criminal. When a woman is begging you not to rape her, right? What does the criminal, does the rapist stop because she's begging? Hell no, that gives him more fuel.
Right.
That's what he's there for anyway. You understand? He likes the fact that he's overthrowing someone who is helpless, defenseless, someone who's weak. That's why they do that. That's why they molest children. You know, if you notice, they don't go to big, strong men. You understand? And try to rape them.
Kind of God.
They go to the women. They go to the kids when they know that the man is not around. When you turn around and you have someone that is robbing, I mean, please, no, I just got my check. I gotta pay my bills. Don't give me that money. You understand? You begging and pleading does not change what is on his mind. It's you're taking your money. When it comes to you murdering someone, look at the movies. No one has ever came to their senses. When the white man got the gun to the head on the movie, and they said, please don't. Please, I got a wife, I got a kid, I got a family. What's the next thing you hear? Bah. You understand? Begging don't work.
Kind of God.
And Christians have been begging this animal to treat them fairly since forever. And it does not work. It does not work. It will not work. It's never going to work. You're not going to beg it, because that's all they're going to do. If some black people go around here, all they're going to do is sing and beg.
Right.
That's all they're going to do. Is beg to be won. When that's not on his mind. Give me that other article real quick.
Kind of God. This one.
Which one? Did you find the one I asked for?
The pandemic and unemployment.
Yeah, give me that. Are you finding it? Okay, no sweat. Go on, find it for me. Because I want to pull that out too. Since we're talking about the pandemic, that's going to be a pandemic. The homelessness, you understand? The joblessness, the unemployment that you're not going to receive anymore. They're going to turn around and figure out a way to stop giving it out. Period.
Kind of God.
They're going to turn around and figure out a way to put a complete halt on unemployment altogether. And as a matter of fact, I forgot the article that they came out with right after they gave you the money. They trying to collect that back right here in the city of St. Louis too. It's all in the city of St. Louis. Why is that? They're not out in these counties sending out collection notices for the unemployment.
Right.
It's in the city. How much was it? what they say, 27 million that they trying to get back from unemployment here in St. Louis. Remember that number?
Yeah, it was
Was it 127
yeah,
million?
it was something
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, they turned around and gave the people that had lost their jobs due to the pandemic, they gave them some money for them. As a matter of fact, you actually work for that. You put that in a pot. You understand? They take that out your check. So they just give you that back. It's not like they're actually giving you the money that they have saved. They're giving you what they take out your check in the event that you do lose a job. Then you turn around and they're going to give you that. But they're not going in their pocket, their bank account. Oh, give you this right here. So they gave you the money, but now they're saying they overpaid with over 127 million, I believe. Right here in the city of St. Louis, that they are trying to collect back from the poor. That is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. You found it up
I see one from last year.
last year?
Okay.
Okay, no, not that. This one just came out a week ago. Came out last week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, find that one for me. 'Cause I want to go in on that pandemic too. But they so scared of the damn COVID. They don't understand what else is to come. What else is gonna happen behind COVID-19? What other plans does white man have for you now that he claims that he's running out of money? So it's only to oppress you some more. They went up on the price of everything. The price of everything has gone up while you still hadn't even went back to work. So that makes it 10 times harder to feed yourself and your family. You're already not working. And they cutting off the unemployment. They stopping that. I know so many people that is no longer receiving unemployment. It don't last forever. No way. You understand?
Right.
It only, what is it, a year? So how long did unemployment last you? Can you get it for like a year or something?
I think unemployment from one job is a year.
Yeah, about a year, something like that. Yeah. So here we are. The second year of the pandemic. This year is almost gone. We're damn near at the end of this year. And so what you gonna do next year when you're still not working? All of these companies have closed. How many businesses closed right in the city? I'm gonna say it's over 100 businesses now. Because when we read that article, remember we pulled that article out?
Okay.
It was 88 businesses. And I know that may sound small, you know what I'm saying? But in one city though,
Okay.
in one small city, 88 businesses closed here. That is huge, man. That's a lot of jobs lost. And then the big corporations have laid off thousands of people. Enterprise had laid off 1,000 people. The casinos had laid off over 2,000 people. Disney World had laid off over 2,000 people. 2,000 people got laid off from Disney World. Like, come on. And the pandemic is getting worse. You can't find it?
Wow.
Don't worry about it. We'll get it. But we know it's coming because, like I said, they cut off the unemployment. They turn around and now asking for the money that they gave you back. So it's coming. I'll find it. We'll find it.
Okay.
Go. Give me the next one. The one about the. Go and jump to the COVID real quick, and then we're gonna get to the. I want to get to. Let's see. Get to this video.
Okay.
You got it out.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and read it.
We're failing at COVID at exactly the wrong time for some truth.
We failing at COVID. This is talking about America. You understand? the United States of America, the land of the free and the home of the COVID-19.
Yeah, right.
They no longer the brave. They the land of the COVID-19 now. This is getting them, boy. You understand? The Lord sent that pandemic, and good night. It's not letting up like what they thought. They thought all last year when it first started, when it was cold, right? They said, "Oh, it's only like this because uh, you know it's cold. But once the heat hit, it's gonna kill it." Not, you understand? It went up in the damn heat.
Right.
It went up in the heat. It didn't go down. Numbers did not dwindle and say, "Hey, look, it's working." No, no, and no. It turned around and went up. It went through the roof. And guess what? It's gonna do it some more. It's doing it now. Keep going.
So good. We are not here to preach or condescend. That's what helps the country get into the state of COVID-19 that we are in now. We're just going to tell you where we stand. It's like where things stand with COVID-19. It's like,
okay, those are me. Sure,
like,
go ahead, listen.
and what we need to do if we have any chance of returning to some kind of normal anytime soon. Our children are going back to school, back to classrooms and herds. Our workplaces are going to start opening back up. Airports are crowded again. Restaurants, movie theaters, music festivals, and tourist attractions are all making comebacks. If we don't get strict about what happens, about how that happens, 2020 could make a deadly return. This is on us, so let's get started.
You say it's on us because it's been 4 surges in the U.S. 4 surges. Other countries, they can't say that. You understand? Because they had a little more sense. They actually care about the people that they are over in those other countries. Just a little bit more than our oppressor ever could imagine. You understand? Go ahead, Warren.
That's a lot of people. You know, I was talking about this with my rib, and he said something that was straight to the point. Like, we have a reactionary country that we live in. It's not a proactive country.
Right.
Like, they see the problem coming and they don't do nothing. And then when it happens, then they'll decide what they're going to do on it afterwards. It's not like, because this country and all of its leaders and all of its wise men saw the COVID happening.
Yeah.
Had months of warning. Saw it in China. Saw what they were doing, how they had to quarantine and how they had to lock everything down. And when it was coming here, they didn't do none of that stuff. And then after it actually started to hit in multiple, because even after the first couple cases, they weren't saying too much about it. But then after it started to hit in just about everywhere, then they want to start taking steps.
Right.
Like, so they're going, the way this country operates, you're going to die first before they do anything to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to lose your mother, you're going to lose your grandma before they even say, maybe we should do something about this. But then our people still depend on this country and this system, and we trust in them.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Absolutely. Now, everybody is so scared of the vaccine now, but they're not scared of Christmas.
Right.
They're not scared of Thanksgiving. They're not scared of drugs. They're not scared of weed and crack. You understand? They're not scared of strip clubs and whores and hormones. They're not scared of that. But they're scared to death. That's all I've been seeing and hearing is about people talking about vaccination. Now they're going to force everybody to take it. You know? And it's all kind of mess going on out there. Thank God for Commander Giuliani. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. Slovakia, 70% of the country has already been vaccinated.
Come.
Like, saying that they're going to force you to take it It's literally only 30% of people who haven't taken it. Like, who are they going to force?
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody's had it. Like, maybe if you live in some third world country where, now that's another thing the U.S. did. They bought up all the vaccines, and they're in like the U.S. and Europe, and then like third world countries they'll have none of them. Like we're vaccinated up to 70% here. In some countries, they're only vaccinated. I think it was 1.1%. I read for one country because they couldn't get the vaccine.
Can't get it, yeah.
But ain't nobody forcing you to take it.
You know, they was talking about the mandatory jobs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's actually for your safety. When you're working in, you know, like the medical field, and you know, they want you to take the vaccination. I mean, damn, you might get it from one of these patients. You know, go ahead.
Like every single person that works at a McDonald's, a White Castle, a Church's Chicken, you all had to take both of your Hep A shots.
Yeah.
Like you had to take that to work at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
There are jobs where you have to take certain vaccinations for that job.
Yeah.
This is a vaccination for a medical field. How is that any different?
You got to get certain tests. You understand? And shots and all that to go to school and everything. But nobody's arguing and crying about that. You know what I'm saying? Saying they're trying to kill you. And it was a sister. Oh my God, it was so ridiculous. I couldn't even believe she was saying this about it. The sister turned around and said that once some of the people that she knew personally, their conversation after they got the shot, their conversations changed. And she said what was considered not right or not normal, something that they would reject in the beginning. Now after the shot, they was okay with it. I said, give me an example. And she was like, well, portable one. She said, this one woman in particular, she said she talked to her and she was against Porter before the shot. But once after taking the shot, now it's okay. I said, wait a minute. So you think that her taking a shot is what made her a hoe? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, but she been one. She been one. That's nothing new. Okay? She just was running that conversation and that game down on you.
Right.
You understand? To where you think that she wouldn't do nothing like that. But she a full-fledged hoe.
Oh, most definitely.
And I said, since you think that shot is the cause of that, come on. You can't be serious. You cannot actually think that the shot caused her to be a thought. You understand? She been one. But that's what, her claim was. You gotta work. And locks of the sound.
Yeah, it was looping.
Huh?
It was looping like my class too. Class was looping too.
You will?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we got to get some more mics. Don't swear. Let's keep moving. Go ahead, Paul. Read it.
5 truths about the state of COVID. 1, it's on the upswing. For the first time in more than 3 months, cases are averaging about 90,000 a day.
90,000 a day. Wow. Good night. That's the case. It's going up. You understand? They thought the COVID was gone. Now COVID 2 is back. You understand? This COVID 1. You had thing 1 and thing 2. You got COVID 1 in 2020. Now COVID 2 in 2021. Now, what is gonna be next year? What do you think it's gonna be next year, Bob?
Super Delta.
Yeah, I say super delta. Right, like super AIDS and super syphilis and super gonorrhea and super clap. Right? It's gonna be super. Go ahead, Kamal. Read it.
So, according to the data from the CDC,
Nice enough. Reed.
Salaki, according to the data from the CDC, that represents roughly a 30% increase from the 7-day moving average a week earlier, which saw about 70,000 daily new cases.
Mm.
Daily hospitalizations have grown by 40%, and as of last week, deaths by about 33%, averaging almost 300 each day.
Good night. That's the deaths alone. And all the cases. Come on, man. If you cannot understand that this is the Lord by now, I don't know what else to say. The Lord brings diseases. It's in the Bible.
Right,
The Lord sends plagues. It's in the Bible.
right,
And you're counting on the almost everybody black was counting on the white man to make up a vaccine.
right.
They was begging for it. They was begging for it. Please help me. You understand? And then now that he made it, now you don't want to take it.
Right.
You understand? That's ridiculous. But it is what it is. Let's we could drop that because y'all get the point of that COVID. Put your mask on, be safe, take your precautions, you'll be alright. You understand? But more important, you better get this through.
That's right.
You understand? Before that goddamn COVID hit you. You understand? Alright. But now I want to pull this this video here with this this brother. I'm gonna play a little bit, you understand, of the sister's reaction to her son being murdered back in 2018. What's her brother's name? John Hambrick? His name John Hambrick? I don't know his name, but Henry Hambrick, something like that.
It's
Daniel Hambrick. Daniel Hambrick. This brother was murdered by the cops. You understand? Read that article first. We're gonna read a little bit of the article. We're gonna show. No, let me show the video. Play this real quick. This little clip, and then we'll read the article. This is the mother's reaction to the murderer of her innocent son. Her son lost his life. This woman lost her son for no apparent reason. The guy wasn't a criminal, didn't have a record, he wasn't doing anything, he wasn't looking suspicious, he wasn't acting suspicious, he wasn't actually doing anything wrong, and he lost his life. And this was in 2018. You know, it's a lot of cases that Black Lives Matters miss. You notice that the ISUPK don't miss none.
right.
We on them all. You understand? We're on all injustice of our people. And this got skipped some kind of way. But we're gonna play the mother's reaction. It's turn.
Just look at the tape. What if it's your child? Instead of my child. What if it's your child? It'll be a different story. Go ahead. What if it's your child? Your wife? Come in some. Go. I hate you. Roger, I hate you too. You black.
So she going off on everybody. She going off on the brother. He a lawyer.
You told me.
She said, I hate you too. You know what I'm saying?
I hate you.
He had told her, I forgot exactly what he said, but he told her, of course, some things that was not true. You understand that this man was really finna get prosecuted. He was really finna go down for what he did, and that did not happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It did not happen at all. And the sister is upset about it. That's why she pulled him in there too and said, "You black." She said, "But I hate you too."
Yeah,
You understand? Because of what they actually did in that courtroom. You understand? This man murdered this innocent brother. An innocent man was put to death at the hands of this devil. And then he had the nerve to be crying in court. When he had the opportunity to talk, he acted like he was crying. As if he was so sorry for the brother losing his life. You understand? But let's read a little more. Let's listen a little more.
No matter what, you back in jail. Go. Go. You better watch your back. You hear me? You better be scared. You better be scared. Cause coming. They're gonna take you out of here now. Cause I'm gonna come in and smack out of you. Oh yes I am. So they better take you all out of here. They better take you out of here. Cause I've been doing a lot from you. A lot. His friend killed himself because of you. I hate you. So I don't accept your apology. Okay? You cook okay? You cook you. Let me go. Let me go. You talk about my family. Y'all talk about my family. Y'all call us Monday. Y'all say we eat watermelon. You right. I'm Vinny Pelton from Court TV. Make sure you hit the follow button so you get all my videos and breaking news in the world of crime and justice.
That sister ended up snapping. You understand? She lost it and started throwing things around. She was really trying to get at that devil. You understand? For murdering her son. She would start talking about y'all call us monkeys, and she went in on everything. You know what I'm saying? She was just thinking about every single thing about that these people have done to us.
Right.
On top of you murdering the woman's damn son. You understand? So she like, look, y'all say this about us, you say this, you say that, you call us monkeys, you hate us, this, you talk about us, call us niggas, and she was going in. You understand? And it's just you know what I'm saying? Here it is again, another hey. Is it working? Figure out is it on the channel? This is channel 1, this was channel 10. So see, throw out the we'll get you mic back up. But this sister, like I said, she turned around and was just going in naming every single thing that she could think of. You understand? When it came to what they was doing, what they had been doing to us all those years. So, like I said, she ended up losing it in court, and that's her reaction to him. You know what I'm saying? After he was saying how sorry he was, and no mother should have to go through this. My actions. Matter of fact, let's just play it. Let me see if I can get it to play. He put on a good show.
Logic.
Go ahead.
Sang on song and dance, and she got tired of it.
Yes, she did. She did. And let me see if this is it. Let me play a little bit of it. Here you go.
I'm pleading guilty today because I reckon.
Okay, here that's the brother running right there, and that's when they shot him. That's a video of him being murdered.
I am pleading guilty today because I recognize that my use of deadly force was not reasonably necessary under all the circumstances.
Look at him. Is he trying to cry? Look at him.
I recognize that what happened on July 26, 2018 was tragic. Mrs. Hambrick lost her son that day, and I am responsible for her loss.
Like he just can't pull it together.
These are facts that I will have to live with for the rest of my life. and no mother should ever have to experience the loss of a child, and not a day has gone by that I have not thought about my actions. I also recognize that my actions impacted the community and the police department. I hope this case can contribute positively
You just can't get it out of
to the much needed discussion about how police officers are trained and how we as a community want police officers to interact with citizens. I am deeply sorry for the harm my actions caused, and I hope that Mr. Hamburg's family will obtain some comfort from my acceptance of responsibility and my guilty plea today.
And that's the sister, that was her responding to that. You understand? Like, I feel it. You know what I mean? I absolutely feel it. That sound again? Oh, is it?
Put it to
Huh? Look, that won't work. Good night, man. I don't know. Now it's not working. Now this one ain't working. Just turn that one off. See if that works. I don't know what's in the device. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
right.
Messing up the mics and every damn thing else we got going on in it. Okay, we go. Alright. But yeah. That was the sister's response to this devil, man. You understand? To her, that nonsense that he pulled, he don't give a. Just think about what he said. I have to think about my actions for the rest of my life. Boy, you're gonna go home and you're gonna do good. Matter of fact, give me that scripture real quick, Paul, and then we're gonna read that article.
Okay. The book of what? Static. Sloppy.
Good.
The book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited a blessing,
Mm-hmm.
he was rejected.
Esau was rejected, man. He's a reject. You know what I mean? And this is how he tried to fix that. Go ahead, keep reading.
For he found no place of
He
repentance.
found no place of repentance with the Lord.
That's right.
You understand? Who cares about your repentance? The Lord don't.
Right.
There's no place for you. There's no place of repentance for you. For anything that you've done, you must pay.
Yeah, right.
And how else did he do it? How did he do it?
Though he sought it carefully with tears.
That cop that murdered that brother sought it carefully with tears.
Right.
He planned that whole speech, wrote it down, couldn't pull it together, act like he was crying. No tear, no word. How you crying? How you crying with no tears? You understand? I've been thinking about my actions every day of my life. You know, no mother should listen. Man, teardrop nowhere. What's that old song say? Lonely teardrop.
Okay.
And one little tear you got in your eye, and you just can't get. It just can't fall. You understand? Stop it. Okay. But the white man, he is the devil. Okay. And read that article, Cabal, about how this was a win for the cops. And this is why I said that they hold themselves not. Good night, Salaki, but That thing got us sounding like we got wires tied up in outlets and ran to a speaker. The equipment is brand new. It is jacked up. It's got us looking like we in here with wires strung all through the roof and running a cable wire from the neighbor's house.
Man.
Hey, come on with it. Come on.
Uh, all right. This is from the article titled "Fear." Former MNPD officer Delk to plead guilty to manslaughter in the shooting of Daniel Hambert. News Channel 5 legal analyst Nick Leonardo said that the deal is a win for Delk.
The deal that the murderer made with the state for him murdering an innocent brother is a what?
Is a win for Delk.
It's a win. You understand?
Okay.
That's what they saying this is. It's a win. Meanwhile, it's a loss for this mother and the family and the rest of the family
Right.
that lost a loved one for no apparent reason. For no reason at all.
Okay.
They said that this is a win. Murdering you is it's like sport.
Okay.
It's like a sport to them. That's why they do it. They could care less.
Okay.
When it comes to a black life, they care less.
Yeah, right.
You understand? They could
Okay.
care less about your life. And to them, oh, this is a win. We winning. Ain't that what they say? We win.
Okay.
This is a win right here. Go ahead. Give it.
Quote, unequivocally, this is an absolute victory for the
This
defense.
is not only a win, this is a victory. You know, everybody celebrates a victory.
Okay.
You understand? A win, you just won. But this is a victory.
Okay.
So we're all celebrating. Every white cop, judge, prosecutor, you understand? A person, civilian, military, everything. We all in on this one about here. Every last one. They said this is a victory, man. Murdering an innocent black man. I think that's a victory.
Okay.
They can shout about that. They won. Go ahead.
Leonardo explained, quote, he was facing life in prison, 51 years in jail, and the fact that it's come down to a sentence of 3 years, of which he's eligible for parole after service of 15 months, that's undoubtedly a victory for the defense any way you cut it.
Now, you're going to turn around and... You're going to turn around and get off before 18 months. Or was it 15? 15 months. You're gonna get off and get out before that. You understand? And ain't no telling how long they had him in there to begin with. He might just go home today. You understand? He might go home today. So I mean, it's a win for them when they turn around and murder us. This brother had turned around and got pulled over by a cop. This cop here because he was looking for someone else. And he claimed this is what he claimed. They always claim they saw something and did, somebody else did something and you fit the description, and it was a vehicle that they were looking for. What was it, a white Impala? And how many white Impalas are there in every city of every year?
Right.
You understand? Come on, man. How many black ones are there? You understand? How many blue ones are there? A bunch of them, ain't it? About in every damn city. But this bouncer said, this is the one right here. So the car supposedly got away from him in the chase. Go ahead.
So like they said that the driver of the white Impala earlier was driving erratically, and then they got away. And so instead of chasing, they went but he wasn't driving erratically. They just said one car earlier was driving erratically, and we let him go.
Yeah, absolutely. But this brother right here, he just had the same kind of vehicle. And wasn't driving erratically. He was actually obeying the speed limit, stopping at stop signs, stopping at the light. You understand? Like, come on, and that's who you stopped. You stopped the vehicle that was not driving, did not fit the description. You understand? I mean, I'm sure if it was behind you, you got the plates. I'm sure. And I'm sure you got behind him and ran his plates too, Bob. And you knew that this was not the one. They knew that. But they just got to take their frustration off on. So it's the fact that it's you a neighbor. So because this nigga got away, this one's going to pay.
Right. So lock.
And this one paid with his life. Go ahead, Bob.
Real heavy what you brought out, that they said that it was a victory. But I'm trying to precept real fast. Because in the book of Ezekiel 35 and verse 12, the Most High hears and sees everything. He knows what that they did, and he's going to hold them accountable for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Can I pull it real fast? Or you got it for me?
You got it. Go.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
The who?
The Lord.
The Most High.
And that I have heard all thy blasphemies.
All thy what?
Thy blasphemies.
All thy blasphemies. Talking about it was a victory over the Lord's chosen people. Keep going.
Which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the barrios, ghettos, and reservations. Keep going.
Say, they are laid desolate.
We on drugs.
They are given to us. It's like they are given us to consume.
Right. Like the Most High just forgot about us. But that'll never happen. You know, because the promises were given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and his seed, man. And that's just them talking about their victory over us because they done killed this black man and his mama in court crying and the devil getting off. Yeah. But that'll never. The Most High is just. He gonna make sure that that'll never be something that they can just get away with. You know, we ain't got the might in our hands to right the wrong, but the Most High definitely gonna take care of that. That's all I have.
Damn right. Damn right. And something else that our people need to know is that black Christians are the only ones that do not see justice being served when it comes to our people.
Right.
They don't even want it. They don't even want justice. They want forgiveness. They want this murderer to be forgiven. Hell, he already has. He'll be home next week.
Right.
He'll be at home next week. He'll be able to go and work in the force somewhere else and murder another innocent brother. Again, this is a victory. No one is saying, I cannot believe that this guy is a cop that took and murdered an innocent man. They never say that about them, do they? Give me that in Zechariah 11 and start at 4. They never turn around and look at them and their actions and say, OMG. I cannot believe my ears and my eyes.
Sure.
Did he pull over the wrong car? and then murdered the brother was scared. He ran because he was scared.
Oh my God.
Most of our brothers and sisters are scared of the murder. Damn, I mean, cops are murderers.
Right.
It's not like they actually protect and serve. They ain't protected us, but they will serve you full of goddamn lead. They'll serve you some bullets. They'll serve you a beat down.
Yeah, right.
But protect you? You a nigger, you're a slave. You're protecting no damn slave? Are you kidding? It's not their intentions to protect you, come on?
Oh God.
But it is to murder you. You understand?
Yeah, right.
It is to murder you though. And this same old tune has been being played each and every damn time. Even when they do get a so-called conviction. Right? A guilty plea. He's pleading guilty for a much lesser sentence. He's supposed to be hanging from a tree, being put to death.
Yeah, right.
For murdering an innocent man that did no wrong, no crime at all. You couldn't even say that he was actually speeding. Speeding is not a reason for you to die. That's not a reason for you to die, but goddamn, you at least had the excuse. Well, he was driving like a fool. I thought he was high. I thought he was drunk. So I shot him. I thought he was going to kill me. You understand? They couldn't even make that up in this case. Because he hadn't done anything wrong. Go ahead, come on.
I would say, and to what you said, you know, this happened in 2018, right? Mm-hmm. This is just this case is just coming to judgment now. There's no article that says that man had a record, because you know they'd have pulled that out if he had a record. Yeah. He didn't test positive for drugs when they killed him, because you know they'd have pulled that out like they did with Trayvon.
Oh, yeah.
Like he wasn't speeding. The only thing that they said that he did for this cop to pull him over was drive a white Chevrolet Impala. Yep. That's it. That's all. That is why that man had to die that day, because he picked a white Chevrolet Impala to drive off the lot of him. Yeah. That he legally owned, because that car wasn't stolen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that would have been in the article too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right,
so if he didn't have insurance, that would have been an article.
If
he didn't register his plates and have his proper stickers and tags, and that would have been an article. So if his seat had been broken, and his air conditioning didn't work, right, that would have been an article. Everything wrong about him would have been in the article.
Yeah, right.
You understand? All over the news. Like you said, Trayvon, they couldn't wait to say, yeah, drugs in his system. You got drugs in your system, that calls for a rehab, not a bullet.
Right.
You understand? That's what that calls for. For some damn help. Not a slug. You understand? Go ahead, boy.
And you know, that's what I'm saying. Like this is a continual thing, and they'll pull up anything that they got against them, right? Mm-hmm. And so this is why I'm so, I guess, kind of happy that the mother reacted the way she did. And it wasn't a normal Christian shuffle that you hear from every other nation.
Yeah.
It was, no, you've done this to our people. You do this to us. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one thing, like you said, our people, we so quick to forgive. No, we need to charge this enemy with their crimes.
Yeah.
Like, we need, and I pray that sister gets in touch with ISUPK. I pray she does, because she'll understand how this happened. She'll understand why this happened. Now, her son didn't have to do anything wrong. But in this system and in this society that we've invested in so much, that is exactly what they have planned for us. Death. Mm-hmm. Period. For no reason.
No reason at all. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and like I said, if that brother had if his damn exhaust was smoking too much, you understand, that would have been in the article. If his damn transmission would have been skipping gears, you understand, he was missing a gear, that would have been in the article.
Right.
Everything wrong about this brother would have been in that article.
Yeah, right.
But it was not. Why? Because he did not do anything. And that's even more reason to turn around and separate from them, because you don't have to do anything wrong in here to get murdered.
Right.
Like, they always talk about how, but the black man sells drugs. But the black man is a thug. But the black man does this and does that, does this and does that. Right? But what about the ones that don't sell drugs? What about the ones that, and even selling drugs doesn't mean that you die in this country.
Right.
You have a certain amount of drugs, you get caught, you go to jail.
There we go.
That's the punishment for selling drugs here in this country. So why would they murder you because you sell drugs? Because they claim they saw a drug deal, like they did the other brother. What's his name? The one that they murdered in 17. 2000 and damn 11. What was his name? Anthony Lamar Smith.
There we go.
They
Yeah.
claim they saw a drug deal going down and he murdered him. You don't murder him in this country for a drug deal. You catch him, you gotta catch him. If he runs or whatever, tries to get away, in this case, he did.
Right.
You understand? In that case, he didn't. In this case, where the brother Daniel Hambrick, he was running because he was sitting there faced with a murder.
There we go.
And what else? What else do you do with a vicious animal? You try to get away from it.
Right.
There we go.
A vicious beast. You understand? You don't sit and try to reason with it. You try to get the hell away from because you know that it'll maul you. It has the potential to maul you. And you're about to get mauled. And so this brother did what he thought was best to try to preserve his life. But it didn't work. And if you see the distance that he shot him on that video, man, it was a nice little distance away.
There we go.
To the point where the cop just said, fuck it, and just shot him. Figured he couldn't catch him, so he just shot him. And he turned around, and the cop has said that he looked back and gave him a stare. What they call it, Cabal?
Fuck yeah. He called it a targeting stare.
Targeting stare, not just a regular stare, not like chasing me, but a stare like, okay, I can hit him right now. A targeting stare. That's what they said this brother did. He's running, trying to get away from you.
Right.
He probably heard you because on the video it doesn't have a sound. And I'm pretty sure he heard you yell, stop or I'll shoot. So he probably looked back to see was you really about to shoot. And that was his last look.
Right.
That was his last stare right there.
Okay.
You understand? That was this brother's last stare, man, into the barrel of a gun and hadn't committed no crime. Him running from the car, that was not a crime either. They try to make that a crime, but that's not a crime either. Those brothers be trying to get away from the murder so that they can live and see tomorrow. But it's unfortunate that most of our brothers do not. They don't get a chance to get away. This cat here shot him from it was a nice little distance away. He was a nice distance away, and he murdered that brother. You understand? That's ridiculous. You got anything else on that? Oh, give me that in what I say, Zechariah.
Okay.
Give me those scriptures. We gonna close out with that.
Okay.
Zechariah 11 starting.
Okay. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got
My God.
our God. You understand? God is only the God of one people. You're
Right.
gonna have to get that through your head. It's in the Bible.
Right.
You so filled with Kirk Franklin and Donnie McClurkin
Right.
and who else they got? Yolanda Adams. Who else is famous? What's the one that I got? Ham, rings, lamb, champ. What's her name? Shirley C. Shirley C. You so full of ham, ram, lamb, chicken. You don't even know the scriptures, huh? You understand? You don't even know the Bible, man. God is not the God of everyone.
Right.
Our God, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the children of Israel only.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Feed the flock of the slaughter.
Feed the flock of the what?
Of the slaughter.
There's only one flock of people that's being slaughtered by another.
Right.
Right.
You understand? There's only one. There's Africa. They'll say we Africans. There's African people here. Not slaughtering them. The Chinese people are here. No one's slaughtering them.
Right.
Russian people, Italian people, Arab people. They hate the Arabs. They hate the Arabs, but they are here. and no one is slaughtering them.
Right.
But there is a people that is being slaughtered, and that's the nation of Israel. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians
Yeah, right.
all day long. All we gotta do is you can Google top news. You can just simply Google top news, and it's going to be something. There was another little brother, 13-year-old brother, they claimed was armed. You understand? And he just got murdered. It was last night. They had another one back in, damn, what year was that? I forgot how old he was, 14-year-old. They claimed he had a gun, but then they found out that he didn't. And they murdered him, a kid, man. You know what I would do with a kid that walked up on me with a gun? I would tell him, what you gonna do with that besides make me mad? You understand? I would debo a little kid with a gun. I'm not scared of a child with a gun. You understand? Like, come on, man. Now here you are, they trained, got tasers, they know how to surround the area. You understand? They know how to walk up under the car. You understand? Hop over the fence, get in the area where they can turn around and hit you with a rubber bullet. You understand? And knock you out a little bit. You know, hit you in the leg with a rubber bullet, and then you fall. You drop your gun. Then the other one that's 2 feet behind you run up and kick you across the damn street. They know how to do all of that. But then in this case, children, they murder them. Flat out. Kid had a gun, kill him. That's the only thing we can do.
Okay.
That's the only thing we can do. Oh, he didn't even have a gun, but I had to kill him anyway. This brother here was running from the murderer. Hadn't committed any crime. Ran from the murderer. And lost his damn life. And guess what? You gotta feed the flock. We feed them. We feed them in the ISPK. Don't go to church thinking that you're gonna get fed.
Right.
You're gonna get fed a bunch of lies. But in here, we're gonna feed you the truth. And we're gonna feed you that, guess what? In order to survive, you gotta separate from them.
Yeah, right.
We are more susceptible to die by trying to join together with them or be joined together with them. You're going to die. You're going to die. And more of our innocent brothers and sisters are dying because they don't know, they're not being fed. That we got to separate from them. Go ahead, Cabal, keep reading.
Okay. Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Do possessors do what?
Slay them.
The people that possess us, murdering us every single chance they get.
That's right.
This brother was simply, like you said, Cabal, his only crime that he committed was buying a white Impala that he liked.
Right.
he went and purchased a vehicle that he liked, and that turned around and cost him his life. That was the crime that he committed that day. He went and bought, the nerve of him to buy a white Impala.
Okay.
How dare him? You understand? That's what he did. And lost his life.
Right.
Because he wanted to drive a nice whip. Keep going.
Okay. And hold themselves not guilty.
What did that article say? This is not only a win, this is a victory.
Okay.
I mean, man, these people sit here and just spit and slap in our face every chance they get.
Right.
They do us dirty. What we say in the hood, they did me dirty. They do us dirty.
Okay.
Murder our sons and our daughters, man. Our fathers imprison them. Our mothers give them drugs so they can be whores. They do us dirty. And then turn around and say, you know what, this is a win. You realize what he was facing? He was facing 51 years in prison.
Right.
But did you think about what that brother was facing? That goddamn revolver, or that goddamn 44 mag, or that 45 that he had on his hip, that the cop had in his hand, that turned around and pulled that trigger and released that bullet in his brother's back. Do they ever even think about that?
Wow.
No, they don't. The scripture says that they hold themselves not. If this is not the characteristic that's in that article, that's where he said that this is a victory. He don't feel shame. He understand. He don't feel any remorse. He is excited.
Yeah, right.
This cat is excited. White people are excited because guess what? They're the same excited that they were when George Zimmerman sold that gun and he killed Trayvon Martin with for $25 million.
Right.
White people, that was a victory to them. And they celebrated. And they auctioned that gun off. This is the gun that I murdered an innocent man with. We're going to start the bid off at 1,000. And it went all the way up to $25 million.
Right.
$25 million he raised. You understand? As a matter of fact, that's not even the money that they raised for him before. They Walmart alone, how much did Walmart get him? Was it like 10 million?
What? Okay.
Yeah, Walmart threw in like 10 million. Like 10 million, they gave the mother two. Gave the mother two. You give the murderer more than you give a victim. And this is why we can't depend on Christianity. Christianity is gonna get more of us murdered. We got to get into the truth. The sheep, the flock of slaughter has to be fed, man.
Right.
And you got to feed them the truth. No more lies, no more Christian mumbo jumbo, no more sprinkle, none of that. You got to feed us properly. And we got to be fed the truth. We got to be fed. We told this person is a murderer. This person you cannot trust with your life.
Okay.
You just can't. You just cannot trust them. And the people that possess us slay us and hold themselves not guilty.
That's right.
This cat is basically not guilty.
Okay.
It's not guilty, man. Guilty is put in prison for the rest of your life. For you murdering an innocent man. You understand? But no, not in this country. If you're white, you just sit in front of the judge. My actions have caused a mother to lose her son. Crying with no tears. No remorse. None. That was fake as it come. That dude wasn't remorseful for it. He was happy he was about to get out of prison.
Right.
He's happy that it's all over with now. You understand? It's all over. It's a more on that.
Shout out to God.
Go ahead, read some more.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
That's talking about the people that have sold us to these oppressors over and over and over again. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. They are rich because they sell us out. They put us in the hands of the murderer. And then they get paid. They get a paycheck. They get a paycheck.
Okay.
It tripped me out when I found out that Al Sharpton was not only, really he's not a preacher, he's an agent. You understand? The dude is not a priest, faking like he's a preacher. Because he knows that black people love preachers.
Right.
Black people love put their hope and all of their trust and their faith in a preacher. And so he slid the agent thing upon you by being a preacher. You understand? A so-called black activist. Like what was he doing for black people? What has he done for black people that made anything better? Nothing. And then they keep you with that. We got to keep hope alive, man. If you don't lose all hope in white people in this country,
Right.
if you don't lose every drop of hope that you have on ever becoming one with these people, man, I'll slap you. I ain't gonna slap you. I'm just kidding. You make me want to slap you. You make me want to slap you because, goddamn, you gotta wake up, man. These people are going to continue to murder us. It has not stopped and it will not stop.
Right.
You keep going out there campaigning, Black Lives Matter, joining together with white people.
Right.
Did you see him, Obama? You see how many white people joined the Black Lives Matter movement? I've been all over this city and in the county, and I see white people, they got American flags and Black Lives Matter signs in their yards too. You seen some of them? And we're still getting murdered. They're still killing us. There's so many white people in their marches. And what difference is it making? None. It's not helping none. So you can get out there, campaign, canvas, walk, talk, march, sing, dance, you can do whatever the hell you want. They are still going to murder us.
Right.
Right.
They have absolutely not one drop of compassion for a black life. They don't even care. Your life means absolutely nothing to them. And with that, shalom, Israel.